Hey self-publishers, welcome. So let's continue with a few more ways to get some book reviews, and today I'm going to feature BookSirens. And if you don't know, they're a advanced reader copy service, ARC review service. BookSirens.com is the website. Now, as always, with any service you use, make sure you do some due diligence. So I'm just going to walk you through my preferred method. I go to Alliance of Independent Authors, service ratings. I click on that first website. I'll leave links below. I scroll down a bit and they got a key or legend. You can check that out. And I'm going to just type BookSirens and see what comes up. Okay. And as of today, they are an excellent partner. So that means the services have been vetted and aligned with Ally's Code of Standards. All right. So that's my due diligence. I think they are okay. They also go to great lengths to tell you what they're about, so make sure you're aware about what they do. Now, this is their landing page or their website, and they've got quite a lot of social proof. You can see in, some famous people over here. Anyway, if you scroll down and you click on Start Getting Reviews, you will be brought to the next page, which shows you two pricing plans: promote ARC publicly or run ARC privately. Now, the one I'm going to talk about is the promote plan or promote an ARC, where you pay $10, and if your book gets accepted, will you be charged the $10? So they don't automatically take $10 straight off. They will only take $10 if they review your book and find they're happy to promote it to their readers. And then subsequently, it's $2 per reader. All right, so not review, the reader. So if a reader downloads, then you will get charged $2. All right. And I'm just going to show you a bit more about the promote plan here, how the promote plan works. So you submit your book for their consideration, and if they accept your book, you will be billed a one-time fee of $10. All right. And then for 3 months, they will promote your book to their community of readers, and they are likely to read and leave a review. Okay, let's just skip down to number 4. They have a 75% readers tend to leave a review, which is quite a high rate, so that's good. Now, I mentioned earlier, you get billed $2 per reader who downloads your book. This is based on downloads, not clicks. So only people who download your book from BookSirens will they bill you $2 per reader. All right. You can also invite readers from your own audience, which is quite handy. They do not bill you for those downloads, so if it would be quite cheeky if they did, but they don't. So if you share your link, your BookSirens link with your audience, they will be delivering, your ARCs securely. They will send review reminders and keep track of your readers when they leave a review. So that's really handy. Basically, they're doing all that for free for your audience. So you can use BookSirens to deliver ARC copies of your book at a really, really low rate. So you pay $10, and then, as far as I know, you can send your link whenever and wherever you feel like. And also you can cancel at any time. There's you can set a cap on the number of readers who can download your book. So set a budget and then go with that. All right. If you scroll further down, they got some details about the author plan. It's broadly similar, but the first few bits is you can submit any books, any number of books you wish under 2 pen names, and it's got to meet their acceptance criteria. Assuming you're keen, you can click on this. But before we move on, let me just read some important notes from them. They call this the Mini-FAQs. It's expectations that they want to set. So firstly, they do not guarantee readers will download your book. That's number 1. Under the promote plan, you only pay if readers download your book, which I mentioned before. Secondly, they cannot guarantee that readers who download your book will leave a review, although they do mention that. So they have a review rate of 75%, which is quite high, but they don't guarantee anything. They do not guarantee that your reviews will be positive, because it is basically honest reviews, so you have to be prepared for that. But they do mention, as of January 2020, the average review rating by BookSirens readers was 4.1 out of 5, so that's pretty high. Most of them are positive people, I guess. That's not a bad thing. They can guarantee you will save time, which is true. So if you have to find some readers on your own, it'll probably take more time. and they do mention that they are within Amazon's terms and conditions, so that's really useful. Anyway, if you want to submit your book, feel free to check them out. Let's just run through the submission process. You can, fill these boxes in. Do you want to promote your book to BookSirens review community, or you will find your own readers? Where you want your reviews, you can click more than one. How many spots you want to allow for people to download your book. In my case, I went for 50, so my maximum budget is $50. And then you have to give them details about your book. What type is it? So there's novel, novella, non-fiction, short stories, anthology, picture book, poetry, or graphic novel, title of your book, and the cover. And here are all the URLs for the various links to your book, and if you don't have it yet, you can add it later. Alright, so once you submit that, they do not charge you $10 yet. It's only when they accept your book. If and when they accept your book will you be asked for a $10 fee. Now, I want to go over briefly the acceptance criteria for the promote plan, because they don't just accept anyone. So they do have a readership to maintain, and the readership, I guess, has higher standards than non-edited publishing anything they feel like publishes. So the first thing they say is well-designed cover, that should be obvious. Catchy blurb, free of typos and grammatical issues. Again, I don't know what to say, that should be obvious for everyone. The third one is a book published in the last 30 days or with a future publication date. So this is their preference. They want a book that's fresh, like within the past 30 days publishing, or it's going to be published in the future. So that is what they are looking for specifically for timing. They do prefer books that can be read as a standalone and not in the middle of a series. So if you're going to do a series of 5 books and you're publishing book 3 or 5, they would probably prefer standalones or something that's not in the middle of a series. 5 and 6 are pretty obvious. Proofread, edited manuscripts, well-formatted manuscripts. They cite vellum. In my case, I submitted mine with Atticus. That was formatted with Atticus, and it was perfectly fine. In fact, one of the feedbacks that I got from a third party was that the book was well formatted, so that's always useful. So you can use vellum or any program you like, but they just want to make sure it's well formatted and it doesn't look amateurish. So that's the promote criteria. Let's have a look at the author plan. So if you enroll in the author plan, you can list as many books as you wish under 2 pen names, and they will promote them for 3 months. They mention that their books, again, they want books that you've published in the last 30 days or will be published in the future. So that is kind of one of their big things. Published books within the last 30 days or in the future. I'll leave links below. Don't worry, don't have to memorize any of this. But let's go through. Let's say you wanted to submit your book. So you've done all this. You've clicked on submit. Let me just show you a few screenshots of what the next steps are. So the first thing after you submit is that they will send you a confirmation email that they are processing your book, and you can check the submission status. Okay, and typically they get back to people within 7 days, so that's good. In my case, they got back to me within, I think it was 3 or 4 days, so that was handy. After that, if they accept your book, you will get something like this. Good news, they've looked over your files, everything passes the editorial checks. They will now ask for a payment method of $10, okay, and then they're going to tell you a few statistics. So for example, they plan to market your book to their readership, and at least 771, in my case 771 readers will see it over the next 3 months. They'll bill me $2 per reader download, okay, and I've capped mine at 50 readers. So it's just all the standard stuff that we talked about earlier. Once everything passes and you've paid the fee and everything, they will start showing your book to readers. Again, they remind you they're going to bill you $2 per reader download, and they will share your book with newsletters and websites as their marketing tools. All right, so this is one example of one of their marketing emails and website things. Actually, they will bundle your book up with other books in your niche or genre. In my case, it's business arcs, and they will bundle it, so hopefully readers are more enticed to read all of them or maybe some of them. Okay, and finally, after 3 months or so, they just email you and say, by the way, we've been marketing your book for 3 months. Hopefully some people have downloaded, and so on. And you are given 2 choices. You can keep your listing active, so people can still access your book on BookSirens, or you can take down your listing, so no more readers can download your book. So that's up to you whether you want to proceed or not after the 3 months. So that is a full BookSirens walkthrough before you use them. I always find it handy to know what the process is, and that was the process that I went through. Hopefully you found it useful. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I shall see you in the next video.